By now, you should have read your textbook and come across this term, proportional representation. What does this term mean? So what is proportional representation? It is a political system where the number of votes a party receives equals the number of seats a party wins in parliament. The more votes, the more seats. This is how much power your party has in government. Let us use the example of the Special Students' Council elections to understand this. Now let's say you have cast your vote in the council elections and the results are Anna has won 5% of the votes, Brian has won 28%, Christina won 16%, Daniel won 6%, and Hector won 45%. In this scenario, all students are now in the council. But in order to have power in this council, students need to have a majority, which is more than 50% of votes. However, you can see no one student has more than 50%. Let us pause for a moment here to think. How might Hector, for example, gain a majority? Feel free to pause your recording and write down some notes. Hector, who has 45% of the vote, may decide to form an alliance with Daniel, who has 6%. Their total votes add up to 51% now, giving them a majority. They can now make all the decisions. This alliance between the two of them is called a coalition. This sounds great, doesn't it? Now, what could go wrong with such a system? Let us think. Well, one day Hector may disagree with Daniel and their coalition comes to an end. Daniel now wants to find new friends and may decide that he wants to group with Anna, Brian, and Christina instead. They form a new coalition with a 55% majority. So we can see how a system of proportional representation can lead to very messy, always changing coalition governments. This can cause unstable governments where it is difficult to implement policies, there's little improvement to people's lives, and no clear leadership. Now let us come back to history and the rise of Hitler. Now, if the Weimar government was this politically weak, with proportional representation and messy coalition governments, how would this help Hitler come to power?